Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one I'm going to be teaching you guys how to grind for top 100 in BTD battles. So I've done this myself 8 times before, and if you get top 100 you get this nice little badge right here. It's red and gold, and you can get it to a lot of clans with this badge. That's why it's so important. And you also get like 150,000 medallions for getting top 100, so I guess I'll show you guys. So it's this one right here, the gold. Earn this reward by placing between 4 and 100, so yeah, it's pretty wide range. So 100 people will get this, or technically 97 people will get this each week. And pretty much, as you guys can see, Dino here is in 4th. He's just barely, he's on the verge of getting 3rd place. But pretty much, guys, how to get top 100, you need this little score right here. So on the left here, there's like an array of badges, right? You see 1st place, and the number next to that is 58,490,000. 2nd place, 37 million. 3rd place 30 million, and all the top 100s 3 million. So you typically want that number. I mean, each week it's gonna vary depending on how many clans are grinding. I think the lowest I ever gotten while getting top 100 was 2.2 million. So each week it kind of varies. I think the highest I ever got was like 3.4 million when I got like global rank 30. So it really depends on each week, but you want that score on the left there to between 2.2 million and about 3.5 million, and you're pretty much guaranteed to get top 100. It kind of varies every week, but yeah, so pretty much how that works. If you want that number to go up, I'll teach you guys how. And so pretty much for every game, for every arena, you're gonna be getting double what it is to of the cost of it to enter. So for example, Dreadblue Cave, it costs 35 grand, to get into the game. If you win the game, you'll get 70 grand, right? And that's pretty much 70 grand towards this number right here, and all those games are gonna add up. So for example, Moab Pit is like 10,000, so for every game you win you'll be getting 20,000, and that's gonna go towards this little number on the left here. So you want to win as many games as possible to get that number as high as possible. And typically, I mean actually always, you're gonna want to stay in Moab Pit or BFB Coliseum. Don't grind in Ceramic Crucible. It's not gonna be enough. You're only gonna be getting 4 grand per game, rather than 20 grand or 50 grand, or even better in boss arenas, 70 grand a game. So you want to play in the high arenas. Stay out of all these arenas. Don't play in Yellow Stadium. No, none of these, okay? If you want to grind, you have to stay in at least Moab Pit or BFP Coliseum in order to get those dubs. So next thing I'm going to be going over is how long should you play, how long should you play a day. So when I was grinding, if you want to just barely get top 100, 2 hours a day should get you there. So for example, if you end up getting a score of about say 3, so right now they're at 3,190,000, right? So that's like 3.2 million. And if you do the math there, that's, so what's it, 3.2 million divided by 10,000. So I'm gonna do those calculations real quick. Alrighty guys, so if you divide, so you get 20,000 medallions per game of Moab Pit, right? So 3.2 million divided by 20,000 is 160 games of Moab Pit per week. So that's a lot of games, right? 160, that's pretty crazy. If you divide that by 7, that is 22.8, so close to 23 wins in Moab Pit a day. So if you just want to stay strictly in Moab Pit, you're gonna need to win about 23 games of Moab Pit a day, which is kind of crazy. But say you want to play in BFB Coliseum the whole time. Oh shoot, so it's like what? Say if you want to play in BFB Coliseum, you get 50 grand per game, right? So you're gonna have to win roughly 64 games of BFB Coliseum a week if you want to get top 100, and that is equivalent to about 9 games a day. So really not that, it's not that crazy. You clearly, it's definitely possible. 9 games a day is definitely possible. It is kind of tough at times. I recommend taking breaks. If you get on 4 or 5 game losing streak, it's really easy to get frustrated. So I strongly recommend to probably just take half an hour and get back at it. So think about it, 9 games of BFB a week, that's really nothing. That's like what, maybe 45 minutes if you're efficient. So nothing too crazy about that. Moab Pit, 23 games a game, 23 wins a day, kind of crazy. Moab Pit is out, I'm pretty sure, almost every day of the week. So that's kind of tough. 23 games, definitely crazy. That's why grinding a BFB Coliseum is going to be so much more efficient. So I recommend, you could definitely play in Moab Pit on the days that BFB Coliseum is not out, but definitely play. You're gonna have to play some BFB Coliseum if you want to get top 100. And if you close, boss day is a great day to make up some ground. You get 70 grand per game one, and that really can help grinders get push into top 100. So that's that. You want to spend roughly 2 hours a day, I'd say. 2 hours a day could definitely get it done if you're efficient. And that's going to bring me to my next topic of powers. So pretty much, you're going to need to use sabotage powers if you want to get top 100. Alright guys, you can play passive if you want, but it's going to be so much easier to just use sabotage powers. And although it's toxic, it is what it is. So typically, you definitely want to have a track tower, probably. Oh shoot, what am I saying? You definitely want to have an eco power. And a great one, a reliable one, is Salted Wounds and Super Eco Boost. So these two powers are going to get you through majority of your games. So you can always go for Super Eco Boost for a whole bunch of guaranteed eco. You're going to be getting a lot of money to rush and on like rounds 13 and round 20. And Salted Wounds is also great for shorter maps, such as, like, I'm trying to think here, like indoor pools, industrial zone. Here's some other ones on the screen. I'll go ahead and pop those up. So on shorter maps, you definitely want to use Salted Wounds and Knockout. Where's Knockout at? Literally probably passed it 10 times, but yeah. Good power combinations on shorter maps are Salted Wounds, Knockout, and probably Lightning. You do want to have a track power some of these times. So Salted Wounds, Knockout, Lightning is always a great way to go. And yeah, so short maps, definitely use those three powers. And if you get longer maps, it's great to use Quick Shot Power Lock. Alright, those are also some great powers for longer maps. Power Lock right here, your opponent can't use any battle powers for 10 seconds. It's pretty cracked. And then Quick Shot, like those two together are just unstoppable. And if you want to get a lot of money, especially on long maps, you're definitely going to want to use Dual Eco Boost. So you're going to be getting a whole bunch of money, and then your opponents, they're going to expect you to go passive. And once you whip out the Quick Shot and the Power Lock, they have no time to react, and you're going to have probably roughly 5 to 6 grand, just worth of farms by then to just full send rainbows and stuff. It's pretty toxic. So on longer maps such as like Marsh, A game, stuff like that, I'll go ahead and pop some up on the screen right here. But those are some power combinations to use for those. And I'm trying to think here, what else should I go over here? So those are some pretty good power combinations. Stay away from I don't know, you kind of have to use everything here, but definitely use sabotage powers. And I guess the next thing I can talk about is your opponents. If you get noobs, take the opportunity, man. I know a lot of people, just want to DC. You kind of feel bad for them. But first of all, it's going to make them better at the game. They're going to get game experience playing toxic players. But definitely take advantage of those newer players and take the dubs. Because you never know. You could be playing some cracked opponents, you guys. So, yeah, definitely take advantage of those lower level opponents. And, yeah, I mean, you can get top 100 just with these, like, tier 2 power, Salted Wounds, Knockout. Those are pretty low on the scale. I think that's like a tier 2, tier 3, tier 2 power. So really nothing crazy. You can definitely get wins with those powers, but like I said, stay out of CC. And yeah, you want to probably put in about 2 to 3 hours a day. I'd say 2 hours, should get you there. And maybe mix it up between Moab Pit and BFP Coliseum. So it could definitely happen. It's not too complicated. Don't spend your whole life on this game. It's really not worth it. But let's see here, what other good powers? Oh, some sabotage powers to keep in mind on like short water maps, really just water maps in general, is deactivated abilities. And deactivated abilities is probably one of the most underrated towers in the game. I made a few videos with this power, and it's pretty cracked, especially against Boomerang. Even on like non-water maps, if your opponent's gonna be going Boomer, probably Dartling Boomer or Dartling Cobra Boomer, they're gonna be struggling if you have this power. I mean, usually a great time to use this power is on round 13 and round 20 to all out Moabs. It's a great power to have. It's kind of hit or miss. If your opponent, you kind of have to guess if your opponent's gonna be using like Dartling or Tack, any tower with like those special abilities. But it's great for those purposes. Round 20 all out Moabs, round 13 just so your opponent can't turbocharge or Phoenix or any of that stuff. It's pretty cracked. It's also good, and Speed Bonanza, your opponent can't sabotage or ice stall, that kind of stuff. So that brings me to my next topic. Well, kind of been going over it, but arenas. So you definitely want to have access to all arenas. It'd be so much easier if you buy the club pass, so you have access to things like R3 Speed Bonanza. Well, this is just an example. Speed Mega Boost, all these gold arenas right here. If you have club access, it's definitely gonna help out. And it is easier to get wins in certain arenas like that. And I think the best one for grinding is probably R3 Speed Bonanza. So if you have access to that, you're gonna be getting access to a lot of noobs as well, and it also help you grind like your tower powers, just your powers, XP, and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. You typically want to, like I said, probably win like 10 games of Moab Pit a day, and it all kind of depends on how many people are grinding. Like right now, it's 3.2 million. It's gonna vary every week. Like I said, I got top 100 with like 2.2 million before, and if you add that up, I mean it's really not that much. So let's see, 2.2 million. I'm trying to do some calculations here. So 2.2 million divided by, say, 20k, right? Because that's Moab Pit. That's only, oh shoot, wait, I clearly did some wrong calculations here. That's 110 games of Moab Pit 1 in the week, and you divide that by 7. It's about 15 to 16 games a day. So a lot better, than this week, whereas it's like about 23 games per day. So it kind of varies, but yeah, nothing too crazy. And next, I want to go over some strategies, some good grinding strategies. So unfortunately, although it can be exploited quite easily, a great grinding strategy is Dartling Farm Boomer and Dartling Cobra Boomer. Boomerang's just a grinding tower. You'll see like a good 80% of grinders use this strategy, and they're going to be using powers like Knockout, Quick Shot, Salted Wounds, that kind of stuff, Super Eco Boost. It's quite toxic, truly, but it gets quick wins. The thing is, the Cobra has this super awesome ability called, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like Monkey Sim, where the power cooldown is reduced to I think 15 seconds. So you can stack a lot of broken powers like upgrade balloons and that kind of stuff. It's pretty broken. So Cobra, a great grinding tower as well. Boomer's just all around good because if your opponent tries to all out you, a turbocharge, maybe two turbocharges defends an all out with ease. Just even one of them is adequate. So Dartling Boomer is a great strategy. Cobra Boomer is a great strategy. Yeah, I mean it all depends. Really on any map you can use Dartling Boomer or Boat Boomer, and equipped with like those towers like deactivate abilities, knockout. It's pretty broken. I'll show you guys really the power of deactivated abilities and that kind of stuff. So yeah, for example, Ying Yang. Again, any map really, it's pretty broken. So your opponent's probably gonna have a few boats down. Probably maybe a couple destroyers, and say they have 1,000,000 turbocharges, right? I don't even care, like 70,000 turbocharges. Deactivated abilities is going to pretty much make all these guys useless, and it's pretty broken, truly. So say like we have let's get like 6 or 7 of these turbocharges. Right now we have like 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, about to be 7. And check this out. So let's go and get up the sabotage power here. Where's the activated abilities at? There it is. So usually all out mobs gonna be pretty great. So say we send like about 5 of these, deactivate abilities, and look, this is all grayed off. I can't turbocharge any of these, right? And as you guys can see, we're just completely screwed here. There's nothing we can really do about it. We're gonna die to these ceramics, So okay, yeah, maybe we defended that, but in reality, your opponent's not gonna have 7 turbocharges. But yeah, all those are gonna be pretty much useless from deactivated abilities. It's pretty broken. I guess I'll show you guys the power of Quick Shot Power Lock as well. It's also good against bow farm mortar. So yeah, say your opponent's got like a little mortar over here. They got a few destroyers up, and it's pretty broken, bro. So Quick Shot and Power Lock. So your opponent's usually gonna use Power Lock first, and then they're gonna go and filter in some. Look, first of all, I can't even use all these powers, but yeah, it's broken, bro. It's broken. Where's Quick Shot at, man? I don't know. I'm trying to find it right now. And yeah, your opponent's just not gonna be able to defend. It's simply that broken. Quick Shot Power Lock, OP, but those are some powers to use on short maps, water maps. Pretty broken. I strongly recommend using deactivated abilities on water maps. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed. I'm not really sure. If you just put in the time, you really have to set away like 2 hours a day, and you should be good. You should be good. If you're efficient, you should be good. Short maps definitely use Dartling Boomer, deactivated abilities. If it's water maps, if not, salted, knockout, quick shot, salted, knockout, lightning, that kind of thing. And yeah, take advantage of noobs. They're gonna be free games played, and sometimes it's difficult to get those 11 wins there's 15 games of Moab Pit a day, but you're just gonna have to grind it out. That's about what, 15 minutes or 15 games. The games usually last about 5 minutes, maybe. So trying to think, 15 times 5, that's like 75 minutes. That's like an hour a day. If you're efficient, you can really only play an hour a day and be good. So it all comes down to how good you are. And strongly recommend, if you're going to grind top 100, make sure you have at least, like, I want to say 10 times the amount of the arena. So Moab Pit is 10,000. If you want to hop into Moab Pit, make sure you have at least 100 grand. If you want to hop into BFB, make sure you have at least like 250 grand. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to become broke, and it is really easy to go on a losing streak if you get frustrated, your gameplay gets all sloppy. So make sure you have adequate medallions before hopping into arenas like that. So yeah, also, I think I already mentioned this, but try to time your grinding around R3 speed bonanza. It's gonna be super easy to get quick wins. Everything's sped up, and you can get dubs, in minutes, like 2-3 minutes a game. So it's crazy. So yeah, if you guys want to like watch how I did it, I did go top 100 from this week. I think it was 2-3 weeks ago. But if you guys want to see some games that I played while grinding, go ahead and check out these videos. They should pop up on the screen. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. It's been 16 minutes. I've been talking for a long time, but you guys got it. I believe in you. If you want to go top 100, you can definitely do it. It's not impossible. I first started this game like poor. I was terrible, bro. I was actually terrible at the game. I had like 100 medallions. When I went top 100, I had like 100 grand. And it just came down to using the right powers. And yeah, I think power lock really got me there. To be honest, power lock's pretty great. But yeah, make sure to check out those videos. And that's gonna be all for this one, you guys. You guys can do it. Go get top 100. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.